Pieces and hair greases, everyone. This is your boy Foster, aka The Genius. Another story about my life. This one is about my homeless days. When I was homeless. I was homeless a lot of times, so this is like part one of my homeless. I'm just gonna give it to y'all about all the things I learned about being homeless and how if you were ever homeless, that it's not the end of the world. Being homeless is not as bad as it sounds. Because see, there's a difference between being homeless and being a bum. Bums are different. These are people with mental illness, drug problems, and people who are just giving up or have just given up for whatever reason. This is not you if you're just homeless. Homeless means you just ain't got your own place, but you're still a good, decent person. Now, there's a lot of ways you could become homeless. I personally was homeless by choice because I wanted to have my own place. And I did it because I wanted to be near my kids at one point. The first time I was homeless was down in Tampa, Florida back in early 2000s. I went down there to be closer to my kids. I tried to stay with my baby mama, but we was already kind of separated, you know. She already had a boyfriend and all that. I actually stayed with them for a little while. I moved in with the baby mama and the boyfriend. Yeah, that's another whole story. I'll tell y'all about that. That's another whole thingamabout. Yeah, but I'm homeless with a car, so that's a good thing. But I've been homeless without a car too. We'll get to that. First thing I learned about being homeless is your safety. When you got a car, that car is your home. Doesn't matter, you know, if it's the biggest car or the smallest car. That car is your home. And remember, God is always with you if you know it. If you don't know God's with you, then that's all right. That's on you. You know, you just roll with who you roll with. God was with me because my car drove for 2 days with no gas in it. You know, until I was able to figure out how to get a couple of dollars and get some gas. 2 days, true story, no gas. Some people might say that's a lie. Don't have the money, still started up and it still drove. Needle was under E. 2 days, not continuously driving for 2 days, but I drove here, stopped, cut the car off, drove there, stopped, cut the car off. Needle was under E the first time I took off. So, big shout out to places where you can get money if you don't know. Labor readies. These are places where you can go and work and make money the same day. Day labor jobs. You know, I did that. I never was really hustling cat in the street, you know, moving them things and all that. I always found work, a job. So big shout to Labor Ready for helping me through my struggling days. Now, safety. If you end up homeless, the first thing you want to do is find out what friends and family that you can stay with briefly. Why? The reason I say briefly is because you don't want to move in with them. You want to stay a day and go. If they let you use their shower and washing machine and you can get your clothes done and cleaned up, good. If not, it's all good. It's better to sleep under a roof than in a car. better. But it's okay if you don't have that. Friends and family, you stay and you move on. You don't stay there and outstay your welcome, because that happens when you're homeless. You outstay your welcome, and then now you got another person kicking you out, or another place where you're not welcome. So I learned that the hard way. But if somebody do let you stay with them, don't hesitate to break them off a couple of dollars. That's always good. Break them off a couple of dollars, whichever way you can. If not, you ain't gotta, help out around the house. If something need cleaning, you go ahead and clean it. Now, if you ain't got nowhere to stay and you gotta stay in your car, there's rules to this too. You don't want to go in private property areas, like in schools or corporation building parking lots. You don't want to do that, because security gonna call the cops if you try to sleep there, because it looks like a safe place to sleep. Best places to sleep are 24-hour grocery store parking lots. You can sleep in parking lots like hotel parking lots, where pretty much there's surveillance, but they ain't sweating that it's cars there. Places where it's always open, where somebody ain't can't nobody really creep up on you. Places you don't want to sleep. Parking lots of restaurants that's going to close. I slept behind a Burger King. I woke up in the middle of the night because God woke me up, and there was guys surrounding my car, looked like they was about to get me. So you don't want to do that. You don't want to park behind no dumpsters at Walmart. You don't want to do that. If there's a 24-hour Walmart, that's a good place to sleep in your car. I've done it many occasions. Now, if you don't have a car, you're going to want to find some sort of shelter. Sleeping outside, for the most part, is dangerous business. Unless you camping, and that's, if you camping out, you handle your business. But if you ain't got a car, you're going to need to get to a shelter. You can find out about your local shelters in the area you at. The YMCA's used to be shelters, but not anymore. But now you got your Salvation Armies. You got your other room and board where they might let you, they'll let you stay for real cheap, maybe like $10 a night. You can stay in these room and boards when they know you out there in the real struggle. If you ain't got no food, your first two options, friends and family. But they got pantries out here. They got, in the shelters, they'll feed you. It's like jail. But you get to go outside come the next morning. The shelters, when they say whatever time you got to be in the shelter, like say 6 p.m. you need to be in the shelter, and then you stay in the shelter until 6 a.m. And 6 a.m. come, they kicking you out. It's similar to jail. Jail, when they say it's lights out, they just cut the lights out, but your ass ain't going nowhere. You staying right there in jail. Other thing, you're gonna wanna always be looking for work and stocking up on food. And like I said, being homeless is not being a bum. If you got a drug problem, I recommend you seek treatment. When you have a drug problem and you're homeless, this is the dynamic duo for ruining your life the fastest way. Because if you got a real bad drug problem, friends and family are going to find out the hard way that they can't trust you, because their valuables is your ticket for you to get your next fix. So So when you go and stay by friends and family, if you got a drug problem, you're going to want to take their stuff, take their money, take whatever valuables you can take from them and go and sell it to get high. So if you got a drug problem, seek treatment. I know I ain't never have a drug problem like that, so it's easier for me to say it than live it. But seek treatment. Being homeless with a drug problem, this is bad, because you'll be getting in a lot more trouble than just trying to get your life together, because your whole purpose is to be getting high. That's your whole purpose. When you're homeless with a purpose, you're in a good position, because you're going to only just go up. But when you got a drug problem, your whole purpose is to get high. A couple of stupid things that I did when I was homeless. Okay, this is when I transitioned from having a car to not having a car. One of the stupid things I did, but God was still with me. My car gets into an accident, and now I don't have nowhere to sleep. So I was about 5-6 miles from the Salvation Army after my car got into an accident. I didn't really have too much money. I had a couple dollars to eat, but ain't really have no money to like get in a cab or take a bus. So I was just saving my money. So I'm like, you know what? I gotta walk to the Salvation Army. It's all good. God's with me. On my way to the Salvation Army, I said to myself, I know God gonna make a way, because that's how God do. He don't want me walking out here all this way. As I say that to myself, a car pulls up. Bum, bum, hey buddy, you need a ride? I said, won't he do it? Won't he do it? I get in the car. Old boy was like, man, where you going? I said, bro, I'm going to the Salvation Army. He's like, what time you gotta be there? I'm like, you know what? I do got mad time to kill. I ain't gotta be there till around 5 o'clock when they start letting people in. You know, it's like noon right now, so it's good. We got time. He like, yo, bro, you wanna hang out? I'm like, yeah, bro, let's kick it. Where the hose at? So we kicking it. We go back to his house. We get back to his house. I'm like, that's kind of strange. Porn is playing on his TV. You know, I personally don't have a problem with porn. I'll do another whole video about porn, because I don't have a problem with it. But I ain't never left the porn playing on my TV. Just left it. You know, like, you cut the porn off. Especially if you got plans on inviting people. And I noticed he had like a bed rolled up on the floor, like a big rolled up sausage type of looking bed. Big. I'm like, you know, my spider senses got tingling for a minute. Like, wait a minute, okay, hold up. I said, oh, safety first. God got me. So he like, hey, bro, you want a drink? I'm like, nope, nah, I'm not thirsty. Got some Henny, got some, you know, I got some alcohol. Nah, I'm good, bro, I'm good. So we chopping it up, we shooting the breeze. We talk about September 11th, because that was crazy. That was a big talk at the time, how it all went down. So this one scene on the porn came on that really threw me for a loop, because he never even cut the porn off. So I'm suspicious still, like, why the porn still on? But it's all good, it's all good. One scene came on. There was one girl and 2 guys, and they both was in the same area. I'm like, that's too much guy for me right there to enjoy you know, my sexual activities. Like, well, why are they stick rubbing? You know, what is this sword fight about right now? I'm not with that. You know, so he like, well, I wouldn't do it in front of a girl. I'm like, what kind of statement was that? Now my spider senses is like, yeah, this is not, this ain't, something's fishy here. So I kind of ignored it, and I'm still trying to chop it up with him, but now I'm suspicious because old boy, like, he wouldn't do it in front of a girl. I'm trying to figure out, what does that mean? You wouldn't do it in front of a girl. What does that mean? So I guess he got tired of playing games. He was like, you know what? Gay is the way, right? And I'm like, no, gay is not the way. Not for me. If you gay out there, gay is good money for you, but not for me. I'm not gay. So you be gay, that's fine. I'm not gay. So now I realize this definitely ain't the place for me. I'm like, you know what? I can see why I'm here now. And you picked me up off the street. You thought I was on the whole stroll. I'm not on the whole stroll, my man. I'm trying to get to the Salvation Army. You can just bring me back to the Salvation Army right now. He like, look, bro, if you need a place to stay, you can stay here. Oh, no, I can't. Nope. If you need a car, you can drive my car. Oh, no, I can't. No, sir. No, sir. Because the trade-off is a no, sir. That's how that's gonna go. No, sir. I'm going to the Salvation Army, brother. He was like, oh, hold on a second. I'll be right back. He got up and ran out the apartment. 2 seconds later, he came back with some other dude. Now I'm nervous. Like, whoa, hold up. Wait a minute. Whoa. Just bring me to the Salvation Army. You and your friend could handle whatever business y'all got. Y'all can handle that. Just bring me to the Salvation Army. So the other dude that came in, like, he ain't talking. He just standing there. And now all of a sudden, this dude, main dude, just pacing back and forth. So now I'm really getting scared now. Like, I don't know what type of plans you got, homeboy, but it ain't going down in here. So I picked up the Hennessy bottle, and he had a lamp. So I picked up the lamp, like, look, bruh, take me down to the Salvation Army. I'm sorry about the inconvenience of whatever your plans was, but it ain't happening. Okay? Not with your boy. It ain't happening. So I guess he figured this is too much of a fight. This would be a whole big fight for him to try to stick it in. It ain't going down. So he like, all right, let me just bring you down to the Salvation Army. The whole time he trying to convince me, like, you know what? Them guys down at the Salvation Army, they might just beat you up and rape you. Well, from the looks of it, I don't know what his plans was, but either way, this is a outie. We don't go in. It is a outie. And I'm gonna leave it at that for part 1 of my homeless story. So if you're ever homeless, you ever find yourself homeless, follow these steps. There's a big difference between being homeless and a bum. And that last story, there's a moral to it. It seemed as if God and the devil was having a battle. But God still got me down to the Salvation Army. Won't he do it?